It's una poca loca. It's Una. Let's take this thing worldwide. It's Una poca loca. Una poca loca.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! One pack. No, not one pack.
What's the limit?
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
What's up, y'all? Y'all know I'm just being silly, just joking around. But anyway, I just wanted to say this. I know that some of you guys are going to see this situation that's going on as, you know, like, dag on it. You know what I mean? Schools are closed. The kids is out for like 2 weeks or even more. Bars are closing. Restaurants are closing. Casinos are closing. People are getting curfewed. Things like that. And there's no food in the store. Places are closing. There's a lot of workers that are getting laid off. There's some workers that are just getting sent home. And for some people that might be frustrating. It might be a frustrating thing, but I just want to say this. Try looking at it in a different aspect. Okay. Maybe this is a time that God is allowing you to, you know, use this time as a blessing for you. Use this time as a time for restoration for maybe your family. Maybe you guys haven't seen each other. Y'all haven't spent time. Sometimes we get so busy with what's going on in our daily routine that we don't take the time to appreciate and love on one another. So take this time. Maybe you and your husband been beefing for a while. You know what I'm saying? And this is the time that y'all get to spend together, you know, to try to maybe work out your marriage, to try to watch a movie together, cook together, do something together. Some of you haven't had time really for your kids or feel like you haven't seen your kids in a while. Spend time with your kids. You could watch a movie together. You could play a board game together. You could play with Play-Doh with them, you know, do different things with them. God is allowing for you to restore your family unit. He may be even allowing this time for you to get closer in a relationship with him. Maybe you need to read your Bible a little bit more in the morning. You know what I mean? You got more time to do it now. Maybe you could listen to a sermon or two. You got more time to do it now. So I know some of y'all are pissed at the churches. Some of the churches are closing, but I also feel like this about that. You know what I mean? You gotta use common sense too. You also don't want to get in a congregation and then possibly have somebody that has the virus and then now it could spread. You know what I mean? So just be safe. Use your common sense. You know, I'm gonna go out today. I'm gonna wear my little mask, you know, just in case. Yo, and if you guys want a recommendation for a movie, go see The Contagion. It came out 2011. Yo, y'all go watch that movie. No lie. The other day I was just randomly, me and Norman was like, oh, okay, let's pick a movie out so we can watch. No lie. That movie seemed like it was a prediction of what was going to happen right now. Like, it is crazy how much that movie is so similar to everything that is going on right now. So yeah, go watch that movie if y'all want to do something together, you know, as a family or just, you know, you and your hubby. And because I know some of y'all, you know, are like, oh, well, what's the symptoms and things like that? I actually wanted to get advice from somebody who actually has it. This girl has actually gotten the virus and it's crazy what she was saying. So, you know, go get tested if you feel like something might be going down on with you. You know what I'm saying? If you have some of these symptoms.
So a lot of people that may be walking around with it, you don't know. It seems like a regular, maybe you ate something wrong. You don't have an appetite. I wasn't coughing. I wasn't sneezing. Well, there was no symptom that let me know that something was wrong. So how it started off was just walking around feeling, just not having an appetite. So that's really not like me not to eat, because I'll eat something that I really like and it'll keep me content. Starting to feel a little dizzy, Still didn't think anything of it because it was just a little bit. The chills. So I have a heated blanket. I was under the heated blanket. I had on clothes. I had on regular blanket, and I was still freezing. But I was hot. My husband said I was just scorching hot. So I kept going. Well, I went to South Suburban, and they told me that I just had a regular virus. So they sent me home. They said my body will fight it off. But after being at home for 2 days, and still there was no change, my temperature had went up. I went back to South Suburban, and they had a waiting room full of people. So my husband took me to urgent care where my fever went up to 107. So they sent me back to South Suburban where they gave me Tylenol for my fever, and they sent me home and told me to follow up with my primary care physician, who at that point, he sent me over to the university. He's like, you've been sick for too long. Your breathing is delayed, and I'm not liking it, so I want you to go over and get tested. When I first got here, they wasn't going to test me because I didn't fit the criteria. I hadn't been out of the country. I hadn't been around anybody that had a positive testing for it, so they wasn't going to test me. After some CAT scans and a couple of tests, they decided to go ahead and test me. It took a couple of days to get the results back, and they came back and they told me that I tested positive.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Coronavirus.